This episode of Inside Gaming Daily is brought to you by T-Mobile. Test drive our nationwide 4G network.
So now we have an exclusive interview with Tommy Vercetti.
Up yours!
Well, that wasn't very nice, Tommy.
Don't make me kill you!
Why would I make you do that, Tommy?
Why are you still breathing, moron?
I'm dumb for breathing?
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Your first news story for today, Journey, the soundtrack, has been nominated for a Grammy, making this the first game ever, well, soundtrack, to be nominated for a Grammy, because Civ 4, the song, what was it called?
Umbaba Umutu
Was nominated for Best Use of Vocals in the terms of President Obama.
Instrumentals, and we like...
It's a very odd category,
Yeah.
but now Journey, the full game, is actually,
The
or its full
soundtrack.
soundtrack is actually up for a Grammy against the likes of actual big movies like Tintin. It was done by John Williams, you know, the artist, The Dark Knight Rises, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Hugo.
Yep.
These are like big fucking movies.
Yeah.
This is a small little video game.
Yep.
That's
So
good.
hopefully the small little video game wins the big award.
So congratulations to Journey. You're awesome.
Speaking of more musical disasters, Guitar Hero 7 was in development. Did you know that?
I think that story explains itself.
Yep. Well, so fortunately someone got off their Coke bender in 2011 and was like, hey, this is a horrible idea. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this.
Good idea.
Because apparently Guitar Hero 7 would have no drumming, no singing.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep, that's, well, hey.
Go back to the roots, man.
Exactly. So Kotaku's source described development of the game as a quote-unquote disaster.
You can also say that about the franchise.
Yep. This amazing thing was a six-stringed guitar, the source told me, sarcastically. Not a real guitar or even a full six-stringed. It had the classic Guitar Hero buttons on the neck with one extra new button. New button?
She got a new hat.
Yep, and it had 6 strings where the strum bar used to be. Awesome!
Yeah.
And apparently this thing was an unresponsive piece of crap, and it cost more money than you were willing to spend on it. So they decided to can it.
I mean, isn't the best way the Rocksmith angle, where it's like you can just buy any guitar and use it?
Well, seeing as how wildly successful Rocksmith is,
I have no idea. It could be.
is it?
We're coming up very close to the IGAs coming this Saturday, and we're talking about our final category today, the Game of the Year. This one changes every year for us because it's not based really on a limited number.
No.
We've tried it every year to just cap it off at like 10,
Impossible.
5. It's always just what were the games that we remember this year for.
The games that I think, well, and we don't necessarily, I mean, while it is technically it's the game of that year. That is the game that when you like, 2012, that is the year of.
Yeah, exactly. It's we have a very different way of doing this, and I'm going to keep reiterating it because that's kind of important to us. I hate saying like this game is better than that. It's not that at all. It's like what was the game of that year
That defined it.
That's the point. So first up, your first nominee is Borderlands 2.
Everybody played Borderlands 2.
Yes, and if they didn't like it, they're probably a communist.
And they don't have any friends. Deservedly so.
Yeah, you deserve to die.
Die. Speaking of dying, Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
It's the same thing every year.
It sold $15 billion in 5 minutes.
Yes, so that reason alone doesn't make it a
No.
Game of the Year nominee. It's just the fact that it's still a good package.
Yeah.
It's a good game through and through. It's just the same thing.
Well,
It's just,
it's year defining.
yeah. Speaking of which,
Dishonored.
Yeah, wow.
Oh.
I loved it because we actually had 3 major stealth games come out this year. Hitman, Assassin's Creed, and Dishonored. Well, Assassin's Creed's arguable. But the fact that Dishonored came out and it was a game all about stealth, and it was successful at doing it from a sales perspective and from the fact that it was just a fun game.
It was a beautiful game.
And it was one of our favorite IPs of this year, and I'm really glad it made the list.
I just recently saw the Drunken Whaler trailer, and a little bit gets me right into feels.
Yeah, stab that dude's neck.
Then we have Halo 4. What do I need to say?
Yeah, this was a big deal. Halo 4 should have not worked.
But it did.
An all-new developer took over
Yeah.
from Bungie after they'd been making it for close to 10 years, and they actually put out a very solid game. One of the best games of this year. We scored it at 10 out of 10. It's for me as a Halo fan, it was one of the best ever, if not the best. I know it's sacrilege to say it's better than Halo 1, but goddamn, that story is good.
Yeah, it's real good.
Especially as a Halo fan, seeing Spartans.
Yeah.
Actual Spartans, not Chief.
Right.
Don't be afraid of your lore. I
Yeah.
love that. Next up, we got Mass Effect 3. Once again, ending aside, it's an amazing package of a game, especially with the multiplayer and the single player combined into one, and all the DLC that they put out. And just the story through and through. It was just well done.
And honestly, the ending wasn't bad, so suck it up. It's Game of the Year nominee.
Speaking of good stories.
Speaking of amazing stories, The Walking Dead Season 1, the fact that it was put out, episodically, all digitally, and just the story on this, they've done such a good job with taking, the kind of franchise of The Walking Dead and making it their own. And I mean, God damn it.
Nothing should be a successful comic book, TV show, and video game. That makes no sense.
But it's across the board.
Yeah, very good job, guys. And finally, we got XCOM Enemy Unknown.
I fucking love this game!
It's a game that it's hard to fit on any other list just because of its nature.
Yeah.
It's kind of a lot like Skyrim in that way from last year.
Right.
Where it's kind of such a unique game that it's very much a game of the year.
Yes.
This is very much the year that XCOM came out. Like, we will remember this year for XCOM.
XCOM, and it's more than the sum of its parts, We couldn't, be best art direction, or, it didn't really fit in there, but all the parts came together to make this incredible game that you should buy.
Yeah, one of the best of the year. Just check it out.
Check it out.
That's for your news and your final category for the IGAs. Remember, it's happening this Saturday. Let's go to the downloads.
All right, your first download for today is Hotline Miami, my favorite game of the year. Well, one of my many, but this one holds a special place in my heart. And it, too, can be held in your heart for half off its normal price on Steam today.
Yes, and according to the developers, it's getting pretty close to being done on the Mac. So if it's on Steam as well, you can just buy it now if you don't own a PC. And just download it later.
There you go.
On your horrible platform.
It's like layaway.
Next up, speaking in the same vein of awesome 80s-ness, GTA Vice City is on the App Store right now, over on iTunes for $5.49. Currently not on the Google Play Store for Android. Still waiting for that.
Quick, Tommy Vercetti, what do you think of that?
Give me a break!
That was random.
That was odd.
Yeah.
You happy now,
No.
asshole?
Yes, very happy. And then finally we have Nino Cooney, the demo on the Pissin.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's been out since Tuesday. We keep just forgetting to mention it. This has the same art style from the guys at Studio Ghibli, the guys who've worked on many beautiful games.
Miyazaki.
Yeah, I love all his stuff.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, so Princess Mononoke are some of the best looking films of all time, and now we have a game that looks like it.
Totoro and Catbus.
So cute. That's for your downloads. Let's go to the trailer.
Please, yeah, just one.
Your one and only trailer for today, we got the Dishonored Dunwall City Trials gameplay. Things are going well until you hear the guy singing.
Well, sing rap type thing. Yeah.
We like the, what do you call that? Music?
Sort of breakbeat type, sort of hip hop loops.
I like that stuff.
Yeah, but then when he's like, yo, revenge is the best dish, always served #1, good, stab.
Bad.
No, not good, don't do that.
Though the DLC actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Can't wait to see some speedruns for this one. All right, that's for your show. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
Got a bunch of clickouts. Check those out, including the Gamer's Choice Award. It's getting close to the end. You need to vote for those because we're actually giving that award live on Saturday to whoever you choose.
Yeah, it's the only one we don't know who's going to win. So
we have no idea. I kind of have an idea, but I can't tell you.
I have ideas.
Follow them out on Twitter.
To find out about Kovic's ideas on Twitter.
They're amazing. Yeah. Maybe. See you guys tomorrow, but until then, here is the best video ever.
Bye.
It's that time of year again. Join us for the 2012's Inside Gaming Awards on December 8th. It all goes down at 3:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time only on machinimalive.com. And don't forget to cast your vote for this year's Gamer's Choice Award.